Well, first of all, want to start off just by thanking all of our veterans out there. Obviously, this is a holiday everybody's celebrating. It was yesterday, but just appreciate all the men and women that serve this nation and always have, and it's something we're actually absolutely blessed to have the freedoms that we do. So, anyways, we want to thank all of them. Coming back off a big win, obviously there's been a stretch of a bunch of tough weeks in a row, and obviously those are hard things to go through. And as I've expressed week in and week out, the thing that I appreciate the most about this team is the way they've just come in and kept on working and just kept on digging in and fighting and lifting and working and trying to get this program better. And they were rewarded for it on Saturday. San Diego State's a good football team. I thought we played a really good physical, hard-nosed football game. We had some special players make special plays. You saw Lexington Thomas step up, make a big play. Jericho with a really, really important pick. And so it was exciting to see, and really just to see the guys' faces and, that enjoyment afterwards. And today, hop right back on the field, and now we're working on Hawaii and excited to head on down there and get another scrap.
To have put all that hard work and now to be rewarded for it, you said, how important is that going into this week's game?
It's huge. I mean, as the season goes on, as it gets longer, everyone's banged, everyone's bruised up, and it's a hard game. Even when you win, it still takes a toll on you. So having those emotional lifts are a big deal. To get you going back out to work. So I'm really proud of our seniors too, because you're one game removed from knowing that there's not going to be a postseason, but you sit down and you explain the relevance of what we're trying to get done and the importance of showing up and continuing to work and in building this program. And for them to go out, respond the way they did, that showed a lot of character.
For the players, same question. Just what difference does that make going into this week as far as having that victory now?
I think it's always important to try to get the mojo back in the building. Anytime you have a loss, I feel like me personally, I try to make sure everybody keeps their confidence. I know I think a lot, so sometimes at night, you try to think back on the game and think about if there any plays or anything you could have did that to change the game, or is there anything you could have did differently. So I think it's just giving the guys that boost of confidence and just letting everybody know that you could ball and you could play with anybody. It doesn't matter. San Diego State was a tough team. They're a really good team. Beat a lot of guys in our conference. So I think just guys having that feel back into them and just having their swagger back always helps.
Like Jameer said, the confidence is a big thing, but also the energy, a big energy boost to all of our guys. When we came in this week, it's definitely a lot easier to get up in the morning and get back to work after you get a win than after a loss. So that was nice.
Tony, can I ask you about, I thought one of the funniest moments as you'll go into that game, you went with a little chest bump.
Oh, yeah, that was part of our meeting this morning. It was funny. Well, it's funny, in our meeting today, I showed a picture of me chest bumping Devontae a couple years back, and then I showed me doing polo, and then I showed him my finale, my retirement chest bump, me going down. So I'm not chest bumping 300-pounders no more.
Did you guys happen to see that?
I didn't see it when it happened. I think I seen him getting up and running off. He kind of played it off pretty well. I didn't actually see it though.
Well, on the bus, when everybody's sitting there looking at their phones chuckling, I kind of had an idea that everybody's looking at Twitter.
You saw that on that?
I didn't see it during the game, but I did see it on the bus after.
What's it like going to Hawaii? I mean, is it tough for the athletes to stay focused, knowing that it's kind of paradise, or are you almost like, hey, you have a little bit of fun, but it's all business?
I think it's always all business. It's a business trip. We're not going on for vacation or anything like that. We still got to play a football game. We still got a task at hand that must be accomplished. So, it's cool. It's cool to experience it and, just to say you did it, because I'm from New Jersey. Hawaii is like years and years away. So just to say I did it is a cool experience, but I'm really focused on the game and coming back with a win and getting the trophy back.
Yeah, even though it's in Hawaii, we treat it the same as any other away game. We're going on a business trip, and we're only focused on the game, nothing else.
You got to keep. You got and to jump in, and that's their mindset, and they've got the right mindset, and we got to work on that and keep it there. However, you've been to Hawaii before?
Never, no.
Yeah. So when you get there and you see it, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I mean, literally, it's just like, wow, look at this place. So, we talked to them about that, and and we've got a little deal built in for them to enjoy it a little bit. I mean, we're going to get there on Thursday, which is nice. We'll get a good night's sleep. We'll get up, do our pregame practice. We'll make our way back to our hotel, and they've got a 3-hour block where they've got the hotel to the beachhead and a stoplight to a stoplight, and they can go hang out for a little bit. We'll get them back in the hotel by 3:30, 4 o'clock, and we don't play the next day till 6 o'clock, so it's still 24 hours from kickoff. So I think they appreciate that. They get to see it a little bit, have some fun, take some pictures, create a memory, and then jump right back into meetings, get themselves going, team meal, and all that stuff. So that's what we did the last time we were there, and it worked out. I've coached there a couple of times, even before I came to UNLV, and I just think it's one of those things where you got to appreciate it a little bit.
You stay in Honolulu? You don't go to North Shore?
No, we stay in Honolulu. Yeah.
On the sidelines, and so how did the staff and Matt, how did you guys feed off of that?
I think that always just is a boost to the game, just having that energy. Anytime you come to the sideline, just feeling that, it just gives you, just that extra boost, that power to keep going. You always want to go harder. When you make a play, you look to the sideline, you see your guys going crazy. That just always makes you feel good, and it just lets you know everybody was locked in on the game, everybody was focused on the task at hand, everybody was really, lasered in on getting this win. So, when you see that, it just feels good to let you know that everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, it's definitely nice knowing that all your teammates really care and they're really passionate about it. And I know when I was on the sidelines, especially on the end when they had the ball, I was freaking out. I was pretty nervous. I'm a lot more nervous on the sidelines watching the defense than I am when I'm out there playing, just because you feel like you have no control. You just don't really know what's going to happen. But it's good to see all of our teammates give that energy.
Jameer, with what you guys did up front defensively, was there something about the matchup that worked out in your favor? Were there things you can use going forward with from that?
No, I just think their playing style and then just how their offense runs. I think it's really just a test to their opponent's manhood. I feel like our mindset was that it was a gut checking time. They want to pound it down your throat. There's no question about it. Their offense is straight up front. Everybody knows what they want to do. So I think we just really wanted to step up to the plate and make sure we answered that question. Just make sure that we just showed what we could do and show we could play with anybody, and you're not just going to run over us or punk us or anything like that. So I think we just really wanted to make sure, set a statement almost and just show everybody we're ready.
And Phil Hester had a big game. He had eight tackles and a tackle for a loss. Can you explain the week leading up and his preparation for the game?
Well, again, the matchup was, it's going to be a physical one, and that's Farrell's wheelhouse. That's who he is. He's a big physical inside guy. Sometimes when we play some of those teams that are going to put us more in space predicaments, you'll see maybe he doesn't get as many reps. There's some different personnel things, but when you're playing a big box team, a team that's going to get downhill, run power at you, and they're really going to base everything off that, that fits into his game very, very well. He's a big physical striker, and he did a really good game. I thought our D-line was tremendous, too. They did a great job of playing with their hands, creating some movement on the line and letting those backers kind of run free. Demetrius Gibbs stepped in kind of in a backer role. We did some things a little differently. Demetrius was fantastic. Really, I thought he played with a lot of courage. And then dropping Javen White back into that safety spot, real good move by Coach Skip. Talked about it earlier in the week, but I thought that was really poignant because you had a guy that, had played safety earlier in his career, had moved back to the linebacker spot. But in a game like this, you have a guy running the alley that's fits holes for a living. So I thought there was a lot of things matchup-wise that allowed our personnel to go ahead and shine in that situation.
What did it feel like to just get the first win under your belt?
Yeah, it was big. It was really exciting for me and everybody else on our team. It's been a couple weeks since we got a win, so it was definitely nice. Like I said, gave us a little energy, made it a lot easier to come back and get to work. So it was nice.
What did you see on the final play after you handed that, or not the final play, after you handed that ball to Lex and you saw him start to break free?
The one that got called back?
No, the one that he scored on, the go-ahead touchdown.
Yeah, I knew. I actually went out to go give a lead block, and then Lex got a little bit ahead of me, so I couldn't do much. But I knew once he cut back across the field that there was nobody that was going to catch him.
I tell you, to add to his point, it's funny because we go back the way we watch it, and I don't know if you noticed it, but I didn't notice it until afterwards, but when we go back and we watch the film, there is a point where Max has handed the ball off to Lex and is now in front of Lex blocking. When you have a team that plays with that type of passion, and it's real easy to hand the ball off and, all right, see what he does. But all of a sudden, your quarterback's out there lead blocking. That's man, this kid's a winner. It was great to see. I love that effort. It's what it's all about.
With what Max's performance, what kind of flexibility does that give you as far as giving Armani even more time to get back?
It does. You know, I mean, Armani was out there in practice today. He looked a lot better today. He was striding after practice. You know, Max is obviously showing what he can do. So, again, the more athletes you have, the more people that are difference makers available to you on game day, the better. So, you know, we'll see how he progresses, but obviously we're comfortable with Max in there. He's done a great job, led us to a big victory. If Armani at some point does get healthy, well, now you got two guys that can go in and play.
I know you said a few weeks ago that it's Armani's team, but do you have the mindset now for the next 2 weeks it's Max's team?
Yeah, I mean, whoever the starting quarterback is, it's their team. You know what I'm saying? And we're not going to go back and debate it. We're not going to create any type of controversies or anything like that. You know, it's Max's ball. You know, he's got the start. We perceive him having the start again this week right here. And we're just going to go from there. I mean, he knows we're very candid and very open with all of our players about, you know, their positions and what they do. And we're always going to do what we feel is best for the team. But, again, the more great players you have available to you, the better football team you are. And having a great young quarterback like this who's proven over the last bunch of weeks that he can spin it down the field, lead the team emotionally, great character, good decision making. It's a lot of trust in Max.
How's your health with the secondary?
Not very good. I mean, we got Jericho back this last week, which was really, really important. After that, you know, Perry's done for the season. I said that last week. So Perry's done for the year, have season-ending shoulder surgery. Francis is done for the year, season-ending surgery. Ty Kenzie Daniels is another guy on the roster, corner. He got an ACL knee. He's done. So we're banged up. I mean, we're pretty paper thin. So, you know, hard thing there is it's had a ripple effect on special teams because all those guys you mentioned play on special teams, so that you don't want to, you know, add a lot more reps of those other guys in there. So we just got to make sure that from here on out we stay healthy. We got a lot of guys out in that area.
Is Jaden White playing safety an option again, or was that more of a matchup?
It was more of a matchup thing. You know, now the funny thing about Hawaii is that, you know, they're kind of known for their, you know, their run and shoot, throw the ball down the field, but when you really look at them, it's pretty even, Steven, when it comes to runs and passes. They just love to throw the ball down the field. They vertically stretch you, horizontally stretch you, but they're going to run the ball. So, you know, as we go through the week, you know, I think you're going to see Javen playing a little bit more of that backer type, but it's a situation where you're probably going to have a nickel in the game the majority of the time just based on how they line up.
And you beat UNR the first season, and now you won at San Diego State, where Lee hasn't won in 18 years. Where does this rank in terms of wins?
Well, I think anytime you win the Cannon, that's a special thing. That was a heck of a game, year one. That was exciting. You know, I'll be honest with you. At some point, I'll probably look back on it years from now on those big wins. Right now, we're in the middle of a fight. You know, we're in the muck and the mud, and we're fighting through it. So, it was great to get the win where it fits, you know, as far as ones we've been. I think it's a really big win just because they're such a good team, and we've been through such a tough stretch. We've faced so much adversity over these last bunch of weeks for a number of different reasons. So I think it was a real proud moment to show that these guys are, man, they're locked in, they're fighting, they're doing all the right things they need to do. And we'll see. I hope when I talk about the big wins, I don't hope, didn't mean to say that. I know that when I look back and talk about the big wins, they're going to be wins that lead to bowl games, wins that lead to championship, wins that lead to great things for this program because we're on our way to do that. It's you know, it's a tough fight at times here, but that's what we're here for. We're here for the fight in the long haul.
Jameer, how do you feel about the Pineapple Trophy?
I think trophy games are really important. My first school, when I went to the Big Ten, they had a bunch of trophy games over there, and you know, stuff like that has history to it. I didn't, you know, me being from New Jersey, I didn't really know that there was that many, you know, Polynesians and Hawaiians like that in Vegas. So last year when I seen how hard they came at our game, and you know how deep they filled their whole side. So, you know, just knowing it is deep and it's meaning behind it. You know, anytime there's a trophy game, you always know there's meaning and there's history. So I think it's a very important game, and it's, you know, trophy games, they just mean a little bit more, and it's a little bit deeper than just any other game.
Where have you kept it, Tony?
In the recruiting office. So we don't really have a lot of spots in this building here, you know, spots. So we kept it in the recruiting office, but, you know, again, we go out and we play a good game. If we can get it back, it'll be in the lobby of that brand new Fertitta football complex.
Any updates on that complex? On schedule, anything, or?
Yeah, well, we're rolling along. Obviously, there's still a little bit of money to be raised. We feel really good about the position we're in right now and being able to raise that money. So, you know, hopefully we've got something to talk about here real soon. But there's a bunch of, you know, things in play, people we've asked out to. And, you know, I'm confident we'll get it done before the needed date. But I tell you what, you get a chance, you ought to talk to Mark and get some hard hats on and go walk it. I walked it a week ago. I mean, we're up on the first floor, second floor, walking through the locker room, the dining facility, things like that. I mean, it is massive. It is you walk through that thing and you really feel like, wow, the scale that it is. It's going to be unbelievable.
Hawaii gives up a lot of rushing yards. Do you see opportunities there maybe for Lex to have another big game?
Yeah, you know, we need him to, you know, and you know, with this, you know, Lex is, you know, the last bunch of years had really good games against these guys. Would love to see him do that again. Anytime we can run the ball, like even the other night, it wasn't like we were just, you know, busting off, you know, 40 and 50-yard runs, but did a really good job on first down of, you know, getting 5 and 6, giving ourselves great opportunities on second downs. We need to continue to do that these next couple of weeks, especially this week right here, in order to have a chance to win these ball games, because that's when we're at our best, is when we're a 50-50 team. We're running the ball. We can play action pass. You know, you loosen people up a little bit, and again, we need to have Lex to have a, you know, big game, and we'd like to get some of those other backs going and involved too.